What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today's video, I'm gonna be talking a little bit about some of the new products that Summit got out for this summer. Car show season is coming up, so if you ain't ready and you building something, better get it in gear. So one of the things that I saw in this book that caught my eye was this LS Classic Series. This motor is $23,000. Now, I want y'all to drop down in the comments and y'all let me know if you guys feel like this motor is worth $23,000. Because, I mean, my understanding, I feel like it's not worth $23,000. I mean, it's dressed up, okay? It looks like a classic, I guess you want to say, old style, motor like the one that's sitting beside it. That's a 383 cubic inch, 436 horsepower, dressed stroke along block. So it's designed to look like that. Once it's in the car, whatnot. A real car guy would know, that's not a traditional motor, but it can look like it. So but that's the goal, for it to look like a traditional motor. So if somebody wants to drop it in something like a 69 Camaro, 70 Chevelle, or something sort like that, that those motors came in, it can kind of tie it in and make it look, all original. But $23,000, basically it says it's a LS Classic. It's a crate engine. Like I said, the price is $23,853.95. And basically all we getting is an intake, manifold, valve covers, air conditioning compressor, alternator, ignition wiring, and more. It says, it doesn't say what more is, but like I said, 23,000. I honestly will not pay 23,000 for that motor. I can go and get an LT4 brand new for less than that. And the LT4 is going to be supercharged. So I just feel like it's way overpriced. In my opinion, it's way overpriced. Of course, I can buy, I have LS motors. I can just buy the valve covers, if I wanted to paint the block, and the cylinder heads and stuff to make it, look all one color like that. I can paint the block and the oil pan and everything orange. I can buy the valve covers. They make all of this stuff. I can take and paint my water pump, and I can stick it in the car, and I can buy the air breather. They make an air breather that fits the LS motors now to make them look like the conventional motors. I can buy all of that stuff and make the same motor for a portion of that, So, like I said, I feel like it's way overpriced. If it was an LSA or something like that, supercharged, LSX, if I'm not mistaken, this probably is just like a 6.0, 6.2, maybe even be a 5.3. So it really doesn't say exactly what it is. It's just telling you that it's a LS Classic Series. Basically, it's a LS motor. They're making it look like a classic motor, similar to the one that's next to it. That's the look that they're going for. So like I said, you guys drop down and y'all let me know what y'all think. You think that, if it's something that, do you think it's worth the money? Drop down in the comments and let me know. So let's move right on along to some of the other cool stuff that I saw in here. I saw a couple of cool things. I'm not going to go over everything in the book. I do like that all American billet, the serpentine kit that's down here, right below the engine, right below the LS Classic Series. and you can get the serpentine kit itself for $918.95. And I think that's just the black one. And then you can get the silver serpentine kit. That one is $2,295 for that. But it really will give the engine a nice look. Everything comes, all the pulleys, all the hardware, all the mounts, everything comes together, and really will give the engine a nice look, nice clean look. I like that. I've seen them on some cars, and they really look good. So we're gonna move on over here to the LS Classic Series. This is like an air breather, what I was telling you about. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna turn y'all back on. Okay, so over there where you see those red valve covers at the bottom of the picture, you see a LS series, a LS Classic series. Basically, this is a tri-power intake manifold kit, big block Chevy style LS valve covers. So as you can see, the fuel rails are there. Whatnot. And so that's basically what will go on the engine to make it look like the blueprint engine. That like I said, it's an old style conventional motor. So to make an LS look like that, that's the intake. That intake, it is $2,353.95, and that's for the tri-power manifold kit. I'm guessing that comes with the valve covers. I'm guessing right below that, big block Chevy style LS valve covers. Okay, well, that's not including the valve covers. So the valve covers, there's just the valve covers. They're actually $710.95. And for the intake manifold, they're asking $2,353.95. So we're looking at right around a little over $3,000 for the pair. So like I said, I think that's way overpriced, honestly. In my opinion, that's way overpriced. It is. So just trust me. I could build that, put that whole setup together for way cheaper than that. But that's what they got it for. Drop down in the comments. You guys let me know if you feel like that's overpriced as well. I do think that it's overpriced. So well, like I said, I just want to know what you guys think. So we're gonna move on along. There's some couple other items in here that I like that really stood out, and I found that it was pretty neat. So let's move on along. Turbochargers. We have 2 of them here. All right, we have a pair of Summit Racing turbochargers. The pair, $995.99. Let's see. Find it online. Blow off valve, wastegate, manifold, and more to complete your custom turbo setup. It's probably not a bad price in my opinion. I mean, you're getting 2 of them for $9.95. So that's a little less than like $500 a piece for those turbos, and you got 2 of them there. You know how they're built. I don't know a whole lot about turbos. I know that the wheel, the turbine wheel, plays a big part in turbos and how they perform and stuff like that. So but I mean, it's probably not a bad price, for someone that just wants something to just drive in the street, to just look cool, sound cool, make a little bit of power or whatnot. Like I said, less than $1,000 on the turbos. Of course, you got to get, some other stuff to go with the turbos to make everything work, as they were saying. And, even I knew that. But, of course, you need manifolds, and You need wastegate, blow off valves, stuff like that. But like I said, for the turbos, those are not a bad price. If you got someone that knows about them and know how to work on them, if something happened to the turbos, they can easily pull it apart and fix them. For someone that knows about turbos. So, like I said, that's an even better deal. They can buy them, and if they're not really good, if they fall apart, just get the pieces you need, fix them, and you're good. Um, I know a guy that knows turbos inside out. He goes to the track and race, and something happens to one of his turbos. He either brings spare parts, he pull them apart, and fix them right at the track and keep racing. So, like I said, I found those right there. That was pretty neat, pretty good price in my opinion. So, but let's move on along. This item up in the top right hand corner, the AGM products. This is a floor jack with a built-in jack stand. I think it may be built in, but anyway, it has a jack stand that can be put in place. And I find that really neat because you know I um, I have a shop and I have a lift in my shop, um, and sometimes there's the lifts are being used. I got 3 lifts in my shop. Sometimes they're all occupied. Sometimes for example, you know I have a race car as well, and has a high torque mini starter on it, and there was the starter wire kept coming off due to all of the vibration of the car when it's on. And so before I was able to get it fixed, one day I got in the car, I fired it up, put it inside of the trailer, and went to fire it up when we got to the track, and it wouldn't start. And I was like, I had nothing. It wouldn't do anything. And so I was like, man, troubleshooting, trying to figure out what was going on with it. So uh, the track isn't that far from my shop. So ran it back over to the shop, rolled it out. Um, all the lifts was occupied. So put a floor jack under it, put some jack stands under it, saw that the wire had came off, took and cut the tip off of it, soldered another tip on it, and reinserted it on the starter, and it was fine. It didn't come off anymore. But my thing is, I had to jack the car up, grab the jack stands, put them under there. With this jack right here, if I had this jack, I could jack it up. Jack stand pretty much is right there, and I'm going to work on what I need to work on the car. So I think that's pretty neat. That they made a jack that's already has a jack stand on it. I'm not sure of how much it holds, and then the price isn't bad at all. $132.05. That isn't bad at all. It says it's a universal rod stand, also online, and let's see. Um, it talked like it's built pretty well. Um, but yeah, so I think that's pretty neat. It extends and stuff like that. So the higher you need to put the vehicle up or whatnot, or lower, you know what I mean. You can, make it shorten, or either you can extend it if you need the vehicle to go higher. And the price isn't bad at all. And like I said, $132. I don't know anything about their products, but like I said, most jacks, they're jacks. They work. So as long as it's kept in the inside and not getting a lot of weather to it, it'll probably be fine. And then it got the jack stand on it, so it's like it's not going to be holding a lot of weight all the time. So from my knowledge, it should be fine. So I found that pretty neat. A neat product. So y'all stay tuned. I'll be dropping some more videos like this, showing you some products and stuff like that. Just to kind of let people know what's out there. And an update for my box Chevy build. Still in the paint shop. And of course, I told you guys that it should have been started on, but he really pretty much didn't start on it. He just removed some of the parts, like the body parts of the car, but he didn't start painting it yet. So he has until the end of this week to get started on it. And if he doesn't, then it's gonna go to a new paint shop. So y'all stay tuned. The build is in motion. So y'all stay tuned for that. Make sure if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so. Like and share this video. Y'all stay tuned for more videos to come.